Founder-led marketing. If you haven't heard of this word, by the end of this video, I promise you'll be obsessed with it. I'll show you a bunch of faces and you'll tell me which companies come to your mind. Patrick Collison, Stripe, Mark Zuckerberg, Meta, Travis Kalanick, Uber, Elon Musk, Tesla, Brian Chesky, Airbnb. But what if I showed you these faces instead? Alex Karp, Reed Hastings, Mike Cannon-Brookes, Jason Citron, or maybe even Zhao. You would have no idea these are CEOs and founders of popular products such as Palantir, Netflix, Atlassian's, Discord, or Notion. How is it possible that you know the first set of faces without knowing these people personally? This, in a nutshell, is founder-led marketing. The founder's face becomes the company's face, as if without one, the other one wouldn't exist. Founder-led marketing typically happens organically. Founders step up to represent their company since they have a lot of context and skin in the game, and when here from the get-go, they tend to become good at selling their products. Eventually, they become the face of their companies. These founders mastered the art of using their personalities to get some eyeballs on the product or services. They typically share founding stories or learnings collected along the way, and over time, this narrative becomes more than just stories. They morph into key elements of a company marketing strategy and eventually get repeated to reinforce the core values and mission of the business. Remember, people buy the why. You can find this kind of strategy in all company sizes, including smaller startups. Example includes Rand Fishkin from Moz, Austin Allred from Lambda School, or Jason Fried from Basecamp. Today, I want to help you dive into founder-led marketing and help you turn it into a competitive edge for your company. Too often, founders dismiss doing marketing. Typically, they would say, "I don't have time to create content," or "It's not the founder's job to do it," or "I should simply hire for that role." That's only half true. For early-stage startups, founder-led marketing can be a meaningful way to attract customers to their business. Remember where Airbnb was just a crazy idea of renting out air mattresses in a living room? Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia were masters at guerrilla marketing. They famously sold several boxes during the 2008 US presidential election called Obama's O's and Captain McCain. This quirky move not only helped fund their earliest days, but also put their brands on the map as creative and resourceful. Ben Silberman used to go to every morning on the Apple Store in San Francisco and change the homepage to Pinterest and then speak with people who looked interested. In the early days of Reddit, Alexei Ohanian and Steve Huffman took a very hands-on approach to populate content on the platform. They created a multitude of fake accounts to post content and engage in discussions, making the site look active and engaging for real users. While it's a bit of a grey hat tactics, it helped kickstart the community dynamics that Reddit is famed for today. Founder-led marketing takes very different shapes, but when well executed, it can change forever the direction of a company. Founder-led marketing is what allowed me to grow my LinkedIn page above 40k followers and my Twitter account over 10k followers in a single year. And that has 10x the revenue of my company, June.so. Today I'm going to share how founder-led marketing works, the prerequisites to founder-led marketing, what channels typically work, how to pick the right channel for your business, then some practical tips on how to implement founder-led marketing, like how you can find time in your busy agenda, and last I'm going to share some hacks and tools that I love to be active on LinkedIn. Let's start. First, I want to unpack two common misbeliefs. In my experience, you'll struggle to make founder-led marketing work unless you get rid of them. The first one is thinking that marketing is not the job of the founders. If your go-to-market motion is inbound marketing, then having a founder doing marketing is exactly like having a founder doing some sales effort in a sales-led startup. Founder-led sales were popularized by a bunch of founders with a strong sales DNA. In the early days of Salesforce, Mark Benioff was very hands-on with sales, often leading the charge in securing pivotal deals. He didn't just rely on ads. Benioff was directly involved in negotiations and meetings with early adopters. Aaron Levy from Box personally pitched Box to businesses and investors, using his unique blend of humor and insight to explain the value of cloud storage in a way that was both accessible and compelling. He was known for his relentless outreach to potential customers through any means possible, including cold emails, and calls. Stelly FT from Close.io took it upon himself to personally reach out to potential customers. Stelly would often offer to do personal demos on the Close.io platform for potential clients. This approach wasn't about mass emailing, but rather personalized outreach that showed potential customers that the founder himself was invested in the success. If having a founder creating content in a marketing-driven company is the same as having a founder doing sales in a sales-led one, why aren't more founders doing it? Well, the creative process is tough. Way too often, founders like me try to escape from it if we can. We keep ourselves busy with running other things, and we're being sloppy. We'd rather do the easy things instead. To escape that, you need to realize that founder-led marketing can work for your business. Founder-led marketing comprehends many different channels, anything that involves leveraging the profile of the founder in the communication. This can be blogging, long videos like YouTube, short videos like Instagram, TikTok, communities like Facebook, Discord or Slack, events, podcasts, webinars, newsletter, you name it. Depending on your business, there is an extremely high chance that one of these channels will work for you. What's even better is that the positive impact of founder-led marketing doesn't stop at an early stage. Later stage founders who create content create value too. These initiatives can take the shape of a shareholder letter, an article to share the company values, or an apparition on news television. These marketing moves can promote a company culture and vision that can inspire prospects and motivate candidates to join the ship. They can also create some sort of connection between us and these companies, like the example I gave at the beginning of this video. Now that we've seen why marketing could be the job of the founder and how it can work for almost any businesses, let's dive into how to put it in place for your startup. Find a format you're already good at. Multiple content formats can work for your business, yet it's much faster to become great at a channel that you already know. So pick a channel that works for your personality. If you like to write in-depth stuff and articulate your thinking more comprehensively, you may consider blogging. If you like to write small, funny, short punchlines, maybe go for Twitter. If you're an extrovert and like to speak beyond camera, then maybe YouTube. And if you like to ask questions and learn from others and feel like you can be a good host, maybe the podcast is for you. If you hesitate between multiple channels, picking the one you're most familiar with will give you a head start and also a shorter time to greatness. Pick a channel that has a chance to work. Start with what you're the most comfortable with, but adapt it to the channel that works for your business. You might be creative with your content, but don't be creative picking your channels. Find a founder who nailed the channel where your ideal customer profile currently is going. If you deliver value on a channel where your audience goes, and if they like your content, they will find your product, trust me. Another trick is to list where you would hang out in case you are your own persona, like your founder selling to other founders. The key is picking a channel where your audience hangs out. If you head in the wrong direction, things are going to be very hard. Be ready to open up. Creating content is like going to a therapist. If you're not opening up, there isn't any point in doing one. But of course, opening up doesn't happen overnight. So be ready to put yourself out there and be uncomfortable. To deliver valuable content people haven't seen elsewhere, you'll have to be ready to share your secrets, like I'm doing in this precise video. Also remember, no one cares about you and your content at this stage, so you have nothing to lose. Famous people have a lot more to lose, which explains why sometimes they produce yet another album that sounds the same rather than trying something new, or continue a franchise the boring way instead of expanding it. But that's a problem for later. For now, no one cares about you, so go for it. Is there something uncomfortable on your mind? That's perfect, share it. Chances are people haven't shared about it yet. Share your best idea first. This is one well-known trick in the press industry. Spill all your secrets. Don't be worried about the fact that you'll run out of content. You are not. Let's say I want to share what I learned creating content with you on the internet. I might create a 3-part video series with a long introduction, or I might try to pack everything in my ultimate video guide to creating content as a founder. And I decided to do the latter. Value, value, value. Content is all about delivering value the same way your product or your service does deliver value, except you do it for free and usually for more narrow topic. I like to think that there usually is an ideal type of content for each topic and problems you're trying to solve. Don't gate your value. Give everything you can on a specific topic and people will remember you. Be consistent. Content is like a muscle. The less you do it, the harder it becomes. Creating content is tough. The first piece takes a lot of time and the results are usually pretty bad. And that's why founders, like me, typically stop doing it. To escape that, you need to create a habit around publishing. My publishing habit is 1 video per week on YouTube and 5 posts per week on LinkedIn. The key is to start with an achievable habit, to reach it, and then increase the cadence. Hitting your target is motivating. It's like running a marathon. It's hard to do it overnight. But if you start running 10K 2 times per week and reach that goal, you'll get there in no time. Until you're able to measure and understand the outcome of your content also, you should trust the process and you should get something out. What I have found most useful for me is to book the 3 first hours of the day for content. Starting with the most brain-draining task is called eating the frog and works well for creators. Hit the publish button. One thing that holds us back is thinking our content isn't good enough to be published. Frankly, sometimes it's not, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you push that button, deliver the value, hear what people think, and get better next time. There are 2 reasons why this happens. The first one is because quality comes from quantity, especially in the beginning, because quantity equals training. The second reason is that people will subscribe to your content if they know upcoming content is on the way. Imagine it's like subscribing to the Wall Street Journal, but you don't know if and when they will publish the next edition. You wouldn't do it, right? Adapt to the platform. One thing you often hear is to repurpose your content. Ideas can be repurposed, but content itself rarely can. This video, for instance, started as a LinkedIn post, but it has nothing to do with the video that I'm sharing right now. Different platforms exist because they convey different messages. Some platforms entertain us, some help us put our brain off, and some give us some playbooks we can return to. If you think you can create content once and repurpose it, you might be a bit disappointed, and so I would not recommend going that path. Don't give up until you've created 100 pieces of content. I need to be very honest with you, creating content can be a sluggish process. You need to come up with fresh new ideas all the time, be the face of the company, and always show up. When you adopt founder-led marketing, you own the narrative, but the narrative also owns you. There are potential upside, but it takes a toll on you and on your energy. Sometimes you're proud of what you're putting together. Sometimes that looks meh. All in all, the key is to not give up, especially when you're in the valley of death. This is very counterintuitive, but if you have signals that a specific channel can work for your business, and you started from a channel you're already familiar with, then the odds are at the maximum to work. And at that point, the only thing that is missing is training. As a bonus, I wanted to leave you with the tools I use the most for YouTube and LinkedIn, as well as a short list of creators that I admire and help me the most on these platforms. 6 tools help me the most, some to schedule posts and stay focused, others to fine-tune my English or analyze my previous post performance. 8 creators have been instrumental in increasing the cadence on LinkedIn. Some help me find time, some understand the code of the platform, and some help me pick the right topics for me. I've added links to these tools and creators in the comment below if you want to check them out. Alright, that's a wrap on your deep dive into the world of founder-led marketing. Remember, this whole founder-led marketing gig is more than just tactics and strategies. It's about sharing your passion, your why, and connecting with folks on a level that goes beyond the usual business spiel. So, whether you're about to hit publish on your first blog post or you're gearing up for your next big video drop, the main thing is to keep at it. Yes, it might feel like shouting into the void at times, but trust me, your voice, your story is what's going to make all the difference. Keep sharing this insight, keep being real, and most importantly, keep enjoying the ride. Have a good time and take care. Bye.